It's time now for the award-winning #1 local talk show in Northeast Pennsylvania, The Sam Lesante Show. Now here's your host, Sam Lesante.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Luzerne County Report. I'm Sam Lesante, bringing you up to date on what's going on in our county. A lot of great things, and I appreciate the comments and also some of the emails. We're going to address some of those concerns today, but I'm happy to have one of the councilmen on, Greg Wolovich, as a county council, and of course Romilda is here. And one of the people asked me, how do you work with our state legislators, our state senators, the congressmen, the new U.S. senator, and what do you do?
We do work with them. I work with them, and council members, like Greg here, works with our representatives locally, statewide, and our federal representatives. As a matter of fact, I had a wonderful meeting with Brenda Pugh, our state representative, and I look forward to working with all of our representatives. Alex Minkevich has been very helpful getting funds for us for certain roads, and we'll be working with all our state and federal representatives. I haven't really formally met Senator McCormick. I met him at a September 11th celebration, but I've been in contact with Congressman Bresnahan, very open, energetic, and really wants to help Luzerne County.
Greg, you're on the council.
I'm on council now, yes.
And you're up for re-election.
Yes,
right?
this year.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me go back a little bit, okay? I know when I was a trustee, I was putting in a lot of time, okay? We had to build a college. I was putting in 30, 40 hours a week, easy, okay? Not to run the college, but to see that the college was properly run. That was our job, okay? Because she doesn't need you to run the county. You would give her directions,
yes,
and then they follow that. So, number one, you're a busy person.
Oh, absolutely.
Why did you decide to run for council?
Well, I decided to run for council because I was always interested in politics when I was a young boy. And, following the state and the federal government, see what's going on. I really wanted to get involved and make sure we're doing good things for the people in the county. There's a lot of services that we provide. I want to make sure that we're doing the right thing, helping out in any way that we can. Being involved in the community and being involved in politics is very important to me because we've had a long history in Luzerne County of things that have not gone so right. And I want to be there to make sure that we're standing up for the people and make sure that we're doing the right things.
And you've been on for 4 years.
This will be my 4th year, yes.
Okay. So what specifically did you see when you said you wanted to get involved? Okay. Was there any area that you felt that, you wanted to see the county improve upon?
Well, fiscally it's one of my areas of expertise. I went to King's College. I got an accounting.
Good college.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to say I got my accounting degree there, making sure that we're moving in the right direction financially because, again, in Luzerne County, we've had a long history of financial mismanagement. But in my time there in Luzerne County, I'm proud to say we're going in the right direction. We're limiting tax increases, making sure we're sticking to our numbers, sticking to our budget, and making sure that we're paying down our debt because our debt was ballooning. It was, about almost $500 million when we first started with the home rule government, and making sure that we're progressing in a way that we're going to pay that off in 2029 and 2030. And once we can do that, we can give even more back to our residents.
As I begin to see why this is so important to council and how it works, well, for example, let's talk about fiscal management, okay? Here we are in the county. Give us our status as to how we are fiscally.
Well, we're very healthy, and I want to say that Greg has been a big help. His accounting degree, when we formulate budgets that we present to the entire council, we bring in Greg beforehand and say, could you look this over, any suggestions? And he's been very, very helpful. We do still have a pretty large debt payment that we have to make, but we're making it. We have a neighboring county that is smaller than we are, has a smaller workforce, doesn't provide the same amount of services, and they raised taxes 33%, and we did not. And not only are we still providing a high level of service, we've increased the services that our county government is doing. So, and we didn't have to take a tax anticipation note out for the first time in many, many years, decades. I can't even remember the last time that we didn't have to do that. And that means we're saving on interest payments. So we still have this big debt service. We'll have that until 2029, where the debt service will be cut in half. But we're being fiscally responsible, and part of that is working closely with council members like Greg Wolovich.
We talked about how we got into that debt, okay, which was before your time. How did this debt occur again, that we got in such a debt? What was, did you, what?
Well, I'm going to shorthand it, and I'm just going to say Luzerne County was the bank for everybody. They were just handing out monies right and left and kicking the can down the road. And
this was under the commission?
This was under the commissioners, yes. And, you know, the party's over. And that really is how it happened. I remember I was the chief county solicitor. I was working in Dave Pedry, and we would look at some of these agreements and arrangements, and we're saying, how did this happen? How could anybody enter into these agreements? But they did, and we're paying for it now. But we're steadfast, trying to make government efficient, and we're dedicated to that.
Being an accountant, okay, looking at that, Greg, when you saw, you know, what's happening, I mean, it's done. So now we have to move forward. What direction you think the county has to go in to pay their debt, and then also provide the services? And let me tell you, when you're looking at these different departments, or Miller comes and says, look, we got to do whatever we can and cut 10%. Well, that's a challenge, and
absolutely,
all these departments had to go through some severe challenges, because the public wants that service, okay, and when you need that service, you want it. What did you see when you first came on, okay, and that's great, because when we have people like you on the board, I was surrounded with great people on my trustees. But of the 15, 14 were great, okay. Every one of them had something to offer to the college with their expertise. And here you are coming on, not charging us anything, and giving that expertise to the county, which I think is fantastic. What did you see, okay, when you first came on? And I know you want to continue on from re-election. What did you see?
Well, unfortunately, the first year when we were here with County Manager Randy Robertson, there was a lot of disagreements with county management. When he released the budget, I believe it was almost a 7% tax increase that he was proposing. And so what we did is we went through the budget line by line, combed through, seeing where we can cut, and we brought it down to under 3%. So there's room for opportunity. What I see is we need to work with our state and federal legislators, because there are grants, there are opportunities out there for us to bring federal and state money into the county, and that helps offset raising taxes. So if we can leverage our options and make sure that we're going out and looking for these funding opportunities, that helps our county. I know Romilda is always going out. Our administration's always going out looking for these. And I mean, making sure that I'm in contact with our congressmen, our state representatives, our state senators. There are options out there, and we need to make sure that we're making the best of all of our resources.
Which brings me, that's very interesting. So you're looking for resources come in. So what areas other than taxes, okay, can we generate income and attracting? Is it with new business, new job opportunities? What is it that would bring more revenue to us, Greg?
Increasing our tax base, bringing in new companies. I mean, I'm sure you've seen there's a lot of LERTAs that are going out.
Yeah.
And they're bringing in companies. I know people are always afraid, they're going to come in 10 years, take their tax break and leave. But there's actually only been, I think, 1 or 2 instances where any of those companies have actually come in and left after 10 years. They're investing a lot in our county. They're bringing in, a lot of job opportunities for people.
Well, we're doing that in the country now. So
Absolutely.
The point is, you're bringing them in from overseas. Bring your business. We'll give you as many tax cuts as we can, but they're going to provide jobs, which in turn provides income. I mean, to me, that's a no-brainer. But some people say, well, yeah, they're not paying taxes. Well, they are in essence, because they're bringing all these people in. Okay. So other than building the tax base, what areas do you see, Greg, as a councilman, where there could be more growth in Luzerne County, and how do we go to attract that?
Well, again, reaching out to our legislators. I know other, like in Lehigh County, they're bringing in a lot of other opportunities, bringing in more taxpayers. That's another big thing.
Well, how are they doing that?
Well, we need to make sure that we're providing for our people, like rocking the mountain, rocking the river, giving opportunities for families to come to Luzerne County. Okay. So bringing in, children. There's a lot of kids that go to college around here that, they want to leave because there's nothing here to keep them here. Yeah. So reinvesting in our communities is a big part of keeping the people in Luzerne County. So making sure there's things for them to do, keeping them involved, giving them a reason to stay.
Are there the opportunities, Romilda, for those college students? Because, you're right. People say, well, when I graduate, what is there for me here? What is there for college graduates?
Well, there's a lot of opportunities. They can come to work for the county, and we are reaching out primarily at this point with Luzerne County Community College to partner not only for recruitment but retention of our county employees. And we have some fine institutions, universities and colleges in the area that we can partner with, and so that they can help us get a work base, and we can help them with their graduates. We talked about grants. So we did get a lot of grant funding. We have, I think, close to 10 or 12 infrastructure projects beginning in the spring. We build up our infrastructure, developers will come. We build up our infrastructure and we can get companies to come here that have higher paying jobs. And that's what we want to do. And we want to welcome development in Luzerne County. We can't fear that, right? We have to welcome it. And hopefully we'll get higher paying jobs for our residents. But we have to provide basics. And the county has a responsibility for infrastructure. Our school districts have the responsibility for education. And as Greg said, we want to make Luzerne County a place where people do want to come to live. And that is supporting the arts, and really,
yeah, I'm with you.
Right?
Yeah,
if I'm a developer,
yeah,
and I own a company,
yes,
and I want to go somewhere,
yep,
I want my kids to be well educated. I want the roads to be
yep,
in good shape, and I want to be able to be exposed to a lot of different artistic and aesthetic events, and that's what we're doing. We plan to do something with the Northeastern Philharmonic, 2 concerts at our courthouse, which is a piece of art, and we want to support that.
You are 100% right on target, Greg. We have this show called Visit Luzerne with Alan Stout, and every month we go on and we talk about tons of things. And my friends, I highly recommend, if you haven't seen the show, and she's talking about what's available, there is so many things in Luzerne County that are unbelievable. It's Visit Luzerne, ssptv.com, or our YouTube channel if you don't have cable. I highly suggest. And when you're looking at, and we talk about all these, and we have people coming on talking about the great things that are happening in Luzerne County. But Romilda, I remember when I was a trustee, and there was a company coming into town in Hazleton, and they were all set to put their plant here.
Right.
He came in, the CEO came in, or the president came in with his wife, okay, and his children, all right, all set to go. Wife came in and said, there's no art here, there's no this. The educational system was okay. Now it's super.
Right.
I think we're leading with Hazleton Area School District in #1. But the surroundings of what you
right,
have to live, now it's a different story. There's so many opportunities available for that wife, or even the wife bringing their husband. Sometimes they're CEOs.
Right.
They're coming in saying, hey,
right,
and the husband says, well, I want to golf. We got the Valley Country Club.
Right.
You have, a lot of great things, a lot of clubs. I don't want to single just out Valley Country Club. But that's so important. Wouldn't you think so, Greg?
Absolutely. being in school, I mean, I played the saxophone, so.
I play trumpet.
Oh, right, great.
We should get together and
Here's
form
our
a band.
band.
There we go. But yeah, I mean, being involved with the arts, like you said, it's crucial. It's a crucial part of growing and building and bringing people together. Music brings people together.
That's so true. I'm talking to Romilda, my friends, Crocamo, who is the county manager, and Greg Wolovich, who is on the county council running for re-election, doing a great job. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to Luzerne County Report. You know, my friends, we have different reports every month. We have the Visit Luzerne report with Alan Stout and his crew. We have LCC report with the people from the college telling you what's going on. We have the Hazleton Area School District report, and we have the Hazleton Mayor's report. So we have a lot of opportunities for you. In Schuylkill County, we have the Schuylkill report. Joining me today, no stranger to the show, Romilda Crocamo, who is the Luzerne County manager, and also Greg Wolovich, okay, who is on the county council going for re-election. When you're looking at Greg, what do you bring forward? You're going up for re-election, okay? So what do you want to continue? What do you want to do? What do you see in terms of your expertise?
Well, my expertise, like I said, I mean, I work at Wegmans, so I've really been involved with community. You know, I see people coming to me with questions, concerns about, so what's going on at the county, you know?
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Oh, absolutely, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, even with our CEO program, you know, bringing help with heating and electric bills, you know, they need to make sure that, you know, reach out to the county, go on the website, make sure you're utilizing the programs that we've put out there. You know, the ARPA funding was a great thing. So we've,
The what?
The ARPA, the American Rescue Plan funding, that act. So we actually put programs out for home heating, which is crucial. I mean, I've met a lot of people out there that don't exactly qualify for programs like LIHEAP, but they might qualify for this program. So I want to make sure that we put that out there. There's a lot of things that the county does above and beyond for the people of Luzerne County.
A lot of people don't know it's available to them.
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean, there's opportunities out there in different areas. Now, CEO, they've been helping thousands of people.
Great partner.
Okay. Well, you have a lot of great partners, don't you, Romilda?
Absolutely. We work with municipalities and we work with a lot of nonprofits. And I really, along with the support of county council and members like Greg, we want to partner because we can share resources, share ideas, and that's one of the goals of the administration.
You know, it's interesting, Greg. People hear about these different things, and thank God they don't need them. Okay, it's like insurance. You never want to take it, but
Absolutely.
you have it. When you're affected by it, you know, like with the Red Cross. When will I even need the Red? It's just something happens. Then all of a sudden, that agency becomes so important to you, and
Right.
you wonder why. Well, when I had the opportunity to contribute as CEO, why didn't I? Because I'm benefiting from that. Don't you find that?
Absolutely, and even with our services, I mean, think about 911, right? Think about if you're in an emergency and you have no place to call. And the work that our 911 and our EMA does, it goes under the radar, but they're heroes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, there's no question about it. You're so right. You know, if you didn't have, who would you call? Other words, a local member years ago, I mean, you called the local police, the local
Right.
fire, okay?
Right.
But you know what amazes me about 911 is how fast they work, Greg. I mean,
Absolutely.
are you familiar with the...
Oh, I am. I've spent time down at 911 in Hanover because it's right down the street from me.
Oh, yeah?
And the people there are always hard at work. You know, they care. You know, they spend the time making sure the right people are dispatched, making sure that people get to the scene of the incident as
Right.
quick as they can. Our 911 department is fabulous.
Oh, my God,
Lucy
yeah.
does a great job. Everybody's working together, working towards
Who's
the
running
common
that?
goal.
Who's that?
Lucy Morgan.
Lucy
is-
Morgan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
But she's
congratulations to her. She has to be doing a great job.
She is.
And and you have to be trained, you know, as to, you know, that person on the other end is in panic mode. Now you
Right.
have to be calm enough to be able to handle that.
Absolutely.
Okay?
We have a class, for example, we can get a class of 10 people and maybe 4 make it through the training. That's how stringent it is. So, but just think about that. What would we do if we didn't have 911, if we didn't have those individuals answering during an emergency? And it's the same with the Red Cross and CEO. So we partner with them.
But how involved are you in the working with the county council and working with Romilda?
Well, working with council and working with the administration is crucial, especially working with the administration. Being able to reach out to budget and finance and the wardens, the prison. You know, being in constant contact with everybody goes a long way. People don't realize how much time that we spend behind the scenes. It's not just meetings. Throughout the week, you know, sitting down for coffee with Romilda, I mean, we meet with the budget and finance director. We talk about the issues. This is the part that people don't see. You know, I mean, I work a full-time job, and, you know, I consider council my second full-time job, even though it's considered part-time.
Well, the interesting thing is look at the results. Okay, so when you have an active council that's objective and brings things into the table, agree to disagree, don't rubber stamp everything Romilda says, okay, and she wouldn't want that. I don't think.
No,
accountability is everything.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, and you want to be tested, but sometimes, oh wow, you know, and I'm sure you got a lot of great ideas from this guy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Extraordinary help with the budget, and even some budget questions. Greg is the go-to guy, and he's also involved with the conservation.
Yes, I'm
district.
a board member in the Conservation District and also up at the Wilkes-Barre Grant International Airport.
Right.
Well, that's
so
good
we
for
do
you.
a lot of things there too, you know, making sure that we're taking care of our waterways.
We're very blessed to have people like you because you're not getting paid a salary. You know, I always think sometimes when a school board member is running, you really have to have your heart interviews. They take a lot, but sometimes they say pay a good salary and get qualified people. To surround yourself with qualified people, that's a blessing when you think so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're up for re-election.
I am,
Okay,
yes.
okay, it's a challenge.
It is.
Okay, and hopefully, you know, you'll do well.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right. What's up and coming before we go end our show?
Well, like I said, we're planning these concerts at the courthouse with the Northeastern Philharmonic, and we started planning for the 240th birthday of Luzerne County in 2026. So there'll be more details to come.
I just see a special note here. It says, ask Romilda what she heard about the special Sam Lesante Day on April the 8th, your birthday. Are we having a Sam Lesante that day?
We should.
April
We
the 8th?
should. We'll have a big
April the 8th,
celebration
my
and a
friends,
big cake.
You know, listen, I'm not one to, I'm reading a note here that was sent in to me. Greg, nice to see you.
Thank you for having me. I
wish you
appreciate
the
it.
best. Okay,
Thank you.
Ramila's always nice
Always,
seeing you.
it's great.
Remember, you can watch the show 24/7, ssptv.com, channel 513, Service Electric Cablevision, and channel 13, and of course, in the Mountaintop Wilkes-Barre area on Service Electric Cable Communications every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 11 p.m. with all of our programs. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.